In the future, people will use FIFA to predict football results. Mark my words. Such a knowledgeable chap, that Stephen Hawking. So, anyway, using Stephen Hawking's famous quote from 1987, a couple of weekends ago I played Liverpool versus QPR in one player on FIFA, and I narrowly scraped to a 3-2 victory. What was the actual result? I rest my case. Clearly, FIFA is gospel. Stephen Hawking was correct. It actually started to get even creepier after this. Hoping that I could replicate the scientific experiment, I played as Liverpool versus Real Madrid, hoping that I could accurately predict the upcoming result, or what was at the time the upcoming result. So, using my freshly acquired technology to record my gameplay, I set about conducting said experiment. That's exactly what we're going to be calling this today, an experiment, because it doesn't get any more scientific than this, unless you have an octopus lying around, as, well, they're pretty good too apparently at predicting football results. Sadly, despite recording the gameplay, I wasn't able to upload it to YouTube in time because I just didn't know what I was doing. I've never edited before or anything like that, so now I kind of just look like a big fat liar. Another quote from Stephen Hawking. So anyway, for now, here's what happened when I originally tried to predict the result, bearing in mind that I'm awful at FIFA as well. Now, the good thing about FIFA is it uses the form of the players at that particular moment. So Coutinho, as you can see, was a little bit down in form, even though he came on and injected some pace into the game against QPR. And Lovren is 79 on the game, and Agger is 81, so that brings me to another point, which I'll talk about another day. But I didn't think Coutinho would play, to be honest. I thought he played with Lallana, so I got that wrong. And I thought he would start with this formation, a 4-3-3. I was trying to predict how Rodgers would play. I'd sort of considered Jamie Carragher's idea to play sort of a false 9 position with Sterling up front, but at the end of the day I just didn't think that was something that Rodgers would do, especially in a game of this magnitude, and I just knew he would stick by Balotelli, which is exactly what he did. So I left Coutinho on the bench, and I started with Lallana and Sterling on the wings, and I put Balotelli up top. Now, I really think, and I am kind of joking, I'm being kind of ironic, but you look at FIFA, Lovren's got 79, Agger had 81 rating on FIFA. Even FIFA knows that Agger's a better player than Lovren. Kind of don't get what his thinking was, to be honest, in getting rid of Agger. I just don't get it. But anyway, that's another question for another day. I am not serious that FIFA can predict football results, but it was kind of spooky. Anyway, unlike the real Liverpool, I didn't start particularly well on this occasion. I actually conceded straight from the kickoff. To be honest, I was pretty rubbish, and to make it even worse, it was Chicharito that scored it. And they were just all over me, if I'm being completely honest. I just couldn't get possession. Ronaldo, in particular, was just completely rinsing me, and Johnson. I'm going to blame everything on the players on the game, because that's how I see it. It wasn't me. It wasn't really me controlling it. It was somehow the Liverpool team are channeling this energy into my fingers. That's who I'm going to blame it on. Because Ronaldo just, well, to be fair, in those opening few minutes, Ronaldo and Real Madrid were just ripping me apart. I tried to get it up to Sterling at every opportunity and use his pace to stretch the game, but it just wasn't working. And just like in real life, Balotelli should have been in the box at this point. But yeah, time and time again, it didn't take long actually for them to double their advantage through Ronaldo. Quite spookily actually, that the 21st goal, the 21st minute came their second goal. And you know you're on hard times when Chicharito or Hernandez or Balcazar or whatever you want to call him is rinsing you. And just like in real life, every time Balotelli got the ball, well, he seemed to slow possession down, and he just lost it every single time. So I thought, okay, I'm going to play like what Rodgers would at this point. So I thought we're 2-0 down, sort of damage limitation, keep possession, keep passing it. I'm playing Real Madrid on world-class level on FIFA. I'm shit at FIFA. I don't know how to record this gameplay footage, but I somehow managed to. And anyway, I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't break through, to be honest. And meanwhile, every time Balotelli got the ball, he was trying his best to break down every attack. I do understand that I was controlling Balotelli. It was actually Balotelli's fault. I'm going to blame it on Balotelli. I'm even going to blame it on the FIFA version of Balotelli that I conceded the third goal. So somehow Balotelli's to blame for that. Although he did almost score, which is more than he did in the actual game. So at half time, look at that. One shot, one on target. I was abysmal. I was just awful. And it was at this point I thought, what's Rodgers going to do? He's going to go damage limitation, just keep the ball and try and break through. Unlike the real Liverpool, I kept Balotelli on the pitch, which didn't work out. And I don't know what he was doing. I mean, he was sprinting more on the game. This is when I knew it probably wasn't that realistic, because he sprinted to take a throw in, which is just never going to happen. And that essentially led to the free kick, where something amazing happened. Balotelli snatched the ball off Gerrard, and I just knew. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, after a really good bit of possession, keeping the ball really well, I just couldn't control the ball in a simple way. I thought, okay, time to make the substitution I think Rodgers will make about around the 60-minute mark, and I brought Coutinho on for Lallana, which is what I thought would happen, and I switched to the weirdest formation that I could muster, making the most of Sterling's pace out wide and Coutinho through the middle. And weirdly, Sterling almost scored from a header straight away, which is odd because he's about 5 foot tall. But then Coutinho started to make an impact on the game, and it was this brilliant 1-2 with Balotelli that essentially led to me getting a penalty. Now, if only this had happened in real life, because if it had happened in real life, then I'm sure Gerrard wouldn't have done this, because he's not as bad as me. So anyway, using Sterling's pace, got him down the wing. Balotelli just couldn't convert. So it's just unbelievably realistic. And then Mignolet made a eerily similar save to what he did against Ronaldo in the real game. Very odd. It was just really emulating what was about to happen in real life. Bearing in mind I recorded this before then. I was playing some decent football, to be honest. But I just couldn't find the net.
Real Madrid still through their goalkeeper have a clean sheet.
Despite a lot of pressure, I was never able to find the breakthrough, just like the real Liverpool. So I think this can only bring us to the conclusion that FIFA is an amazing and exceptional tool at predicting football results, just like Stephen Hawking thought it would be back in 1987. Anyway, I'll probably do this again in the future, so let me know which matches you think it would be worth doing that for, and we'll give it a go. Alright then, see ya.